degrees yesterday. So anyhow, this is our second snowstorm of the year. It's not Halloween yet. I think this particular snowstorm we're supposed to get about 9 inches. So we'll see what comes with that. So along with that snowstorm, I figure we need to just make sure all of our snow stuff's ready to go in case we got to do some snow removal. So I got the 1025R back here, and just real quick, I thought I'd show you what a cold start is like with the 1025R. You've probably seen other videos of how they start a little rough. I actually pushed it out of the garage into the driveway, so I have a little bit better lighting, and I'll show you a little bit different perspective of how these things start when it's cold. So I thought I'd show you all my snow removal attachments today, since I haven't made many videos about the 1025R here lately. Now that the snow's coming and we need to shift our thoughts into snow removal, I thought this would be a good time to show what accessories are available to you. So over here, this is my snow blower. Obviously, it's a 2-stage snow blower. John Deere makes 2 of these that will fit the 1025R as well as other tractors. This is the 47 snow blower, which means it's 47 inches wide. They also make a 54-inch model, and the 54-inch model is probably more popular on the 1025R. A lot of people think it's more size appropriate for the machine. I got a really good deal on this 47 snow blower last year. I picked it up for $300, and this is the second one of these I've owned, and I know what they cost new. My last one that I purchased new was in the neighborhood of $4,000 out the door with tax. So to pick one up for $300 and it not be the 54, I don't really care for that kind of savings. Also, we get deep enough and heavy enough snow here where I'm at in Colorado to where sometimes in the heavier snows, this 47-inch blower will cause that 1025R to really do some work. So I think for the amount of snow we get here and the type of snow we get here, for me, this one is size appropriate. If I had the 54, it'd be nice for the smaller snows, but I'm typically not using this snow blower in small. So right here, this is my 52 Broom. It's 52 because it's 52 inches wide, so that's the model. They also make a 60-inch model, which is the 60 Broom. I don't use the Broom a lot, and for me, this is also size appropriate because if I had one larger, it would take up a lot of extra space in the garage. Not only is it wider, but the Broom is larger in diameter, and it's just a bigger machine altogether. I've got a lot of attachments and limited room, so it's best if I can stick to a smaller size and something like this that I don't use all the time. I use this in snows where it's a light snow, and really anything under 6 inches, this will take care of just fine. In fact, it does a really good job at snow removal at under 6 inches. It will clean the pavement, sidewalks, cement, and everything, and make it look like we never got snow. So it does a really awesome job. This attachment I also bought used, but I bought it from the John Deere dealer. This was used by the city of Parker in Colorado, and I'm not really sure how much use it got. It's in pretty decent shape. It doesn't look like it was abused, and I got a good deal on it as well. So this is a great attachment, and I'll show you some action of it doing some snow removal. It really is a good tool. see a lot of these. They're just not as popular, but aside from snow removal, they do have other uses. You can use it for dethatching your lawn. You can rake. You could potentially rake leaves with it. I mean, I don't know how well that would work. I haven't done that myself. But you can also use it to like get gravel out of your grass. If you've done snow removal in the winter and you've pushed gravel into your grass, this thing will flip all the gravel back in whatever direction you want it, and it really does an awesome job. So maybe come springtime, I'll do a dethatching video with this. It does awesome. Like, it pulls stuff out of the grass and your lawn that you would just never even know was there. So we'll show that later on. And over here, this is the 54 blade. This is the smaller of the options available also for this tractor. This is a 54. They also make a 60. Pause for a second while my neighbor's Cummins drives by. So this is a 54. They also make a 60, which is newer. Once again, the 54 is really great for me because once again, we get some really heavy snows here, and I get some places where this 54 will stop the tractor in its tracks. It just doesn't have the weight, and I'll lose traction. And the tractor is heavy. It's not that's not saying anything disparaging to the tractor itself. It's just that we get a lot of snow here. So also the 54 is size appropriate for me. I have had to do some upgrades on this because of the amount I use it. This is my primary snow removal tool, and it's really because of the speed that I can use it. This is the fastest method of snow removal that I have with the tractor. It does a really good job, and I'd say up to 18 inches of snow, it does pretty good. After that, that's where I start looking towards the blower. But because I use this thing so much, I've had to replace a lot of wear components on it that a lot of people might not ever replace in its entire lifetime. But I do a lot of snow removal in my neighborhood for neighbors. There's a lot of pavement, cement, and just hard surfaces that end out causing wear on the wear items on here. And I'll show you that in a minute. loader. This is the 120R loader, which is the newest loader for the 1 Series. Obviously you can do snow removal with this. I don't use it for that. Sometimes I will do ice removal with it if I really have to. But in general, this doesn't see a lot of use from me in the winter. My 120R, you can see I got the 53-inch bucket for it, but I also have Pallet Forks. And the Pallet Forks, although you probably can't see them well because they're under the bucket, these spend most of the time on my loader. These are really handy to have. It's probably one of the most handy tools that I have is the Pallet Forks. I do a lot of lifting of stuff into my truck, out of my truck, and or things around the yard if I want to move large rocks and things like that. It does a wonderful job. So it's another snow removal option. Some use this solely for snow removal because you know, the loader is a pretty good multi-purpose tool. Some people put a snow box on it. I don't have one of those. Obviously I got a couple other things that I can work with. So, which one of these attachments is my favorite for snow removal? I told you that I use the blade the most. So as far as getting things done quickly, it is absolutely the fastest and most efficient option. As far as my favorite, the snow blower is awesome. For me, it's really just fun to use. The thing about the snow blower, and you know, I could use it all the time. I could use any of these attachments all the time, but I kind of use them for their own specific strengths. The snow blower I use when we've got the larger snows, and also by kind of limiting to that, I don't put as much wear on it. It was previously used on I think a 1445 rear steer tractor. Or you know, sometimes they're considered a front mower. That's what this was on by the last owner, and it's not, like, mechanically it's okay, but it has seen some abuse. Like, the sides are a little bit bent up. It's got some gouges and nicks in the impellers, but nothing that actually affects the operation. Like I said, I saved a lot of money on this thing, and it's absolutely paid for itself already. So on my channel I have a variety of videos, usually fixing things, whether it be lawnmowers, snow blowers, tractors, whatever. I am very fond of my 1025R, which obviously you see all my attachments for it. If you'd like to see me focus more videos on my 1025R and attachments and what I can do with them, there's a lot of content out there on the 1025R tractor. It's one of the most popular subcompact tractors out there, and there's a fair amount of content on it. The thing that I have that might be interesting is I have tons of attachments. I even have more that I haven't showed you so far. So if you'd like to see more of those, like the video, let me know in the comments, subscribe. That kind of tells me I'm doing a good job and I'm making content that you like.